and then I stopped somewhere around September because the date was moving closer. Then I stopped, and then we continued with our wedding. You are unable to conceive naturally because one, your rate is high. Number two, the woman, or when are you having kids? Don't ask married couple when are you having kids. That I'm fighting. That doesn't need to be in you as a woman, because you're only able to carry a child if your level of this hormone is this high. Number two is inflammatory PCOS, which is what I have. I have, and your weight and your body depression, body like. Never, John. Why? Kanjena. No. Phew. I'm a baby queen. Let me do this. Hope you don't say mess. Ooh la la. But anyway. In today's video, we are appearing like the queen that we were born to be. So today I'm coming to you live. Yeah, appearing my velvets. So with this bit, ka onoroko, ka hembe roko, that's how we call it, and eke hembe amro. Alright? Let me sit down and start this video with you guys. I just wanted to show you my outfit. I can't apparently do or anything because I'm a short girl gang. Let me show you. I can't apparently do or anything. What's Hannah? Okay. So yeah, it's a because I'm trying. Okay. I got already tuku. Anything. You're already sleep stuck. But I'm a short girl again. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mama Puta. To the new subbies, hi babes, hi. Thank you so much for joining this groupie. And to my returning oldies, you know what? Thank you for staying with this channel even in my absence. You guys are very loyal. Thank you so much for being with your queen. Today it's different. It's a different day. It's a brand new month. It's a ke mopedi ke tsaka maga sekukune ke nna Thelma ngwetsi ya ga Maphuta moredi wa ga Lenonyane ke nna moseja di ka sereto ke thank you so much guys, thank you so much. And I'm coming to you live with my heritage look, because I'm your heritage queen. Yeah, this intro is forever. Okay. I'm coming today with my favorite drink. Rose. All right. let me get started. Let me be serious. Let me drink this juice. So, you know why? I'm coming with a very disturbing, with a very thought-provoking, with a very stigmatized topic. Even like it's really like yo, I'm nervous. Okay, you guys are watching me live, and I have to speak about this. So, but I am going to speak about it today. Let me drink. You know, Oros, guys, is my favorite. Let's get into this. Today we are talking about infertility in our Black culture. What is infertility? Let's start there. What is it? Infertility is simply not being able to have kids. Okay, so now today I'm going to explain my own story. Let me say the disclaimer first. All right? I'm going to look down because let me say my disclaimer first. First. I'm not a medical professional, nor I am giving you a medical advice. I'm just telling you my story the way it is. Okay, so if you're looking for a medical advice, please go to your nearest medical professional so that they can give you a medical advice. Today, now I'm just sharing my story like the way it is. Okay, first of all, I'm a living testimony. I cannot forget God in my story because He is the one who wrote my story the way it is today. Okay, so I am going to talk about our own, me and my husband, our own infertility journey or story. We got married, got 20 background story. We started dating, got 2014. We continued dating. In between, we were like, we can try to have a child. And we tried for almost 3 years prior to our wedding. I think that was 2017. We tried having kids, 2017, 2018. And 2019, me and my husband, we decided to get married because kids will just come. But we were not actively trying to conceive, ne? And we were not going to any professional help for that because we were not in a hurry, but we wanted to have we wanted to have a child that time. But anyway, and then 2019 we decided to get married. We did that after we got married, got it 25, 26 December 2019. Okay, that 2019 when we were deciding to to get married, we started seeing a guy. Then we saw a gynae, and because I was suffering from a condition called PCOS, I'll explain about that in a sec. Because I was suffering from that, I was having missing periods. My main symptom was having missing periods. I would go for months without my periods. And then I was telling my gynae that, and then it's like, no way, Thelma, you can fall pregnant while you're having your missing period. Let me put you into a 6 months prescription, hormonal therapy or whatsoever. Then he did put me into that, and then I took my medication. 3 months. The first 3 months I take medication, I will see my periods from day 9 after taking the meds. Then second month I'm still taking my prescription, and then the third month, and then after the third month I go to him. Then it's still the same condition, and then after that, and I was planning our wedding, remember that time. Then I continued with the prescription for almost that 2019, and then I stopped somewhere around September because the date was moving closer. Then I stopped, and then we continued with our wedding preparations and whatnot. Then after that, ra dira lenyalo la feta January, February, March, ra khuja phela gape re sa tswa ka gare ga such condition ya di financial so namile e dire March ja lockdown. around man, let's try again. We tried. It didn't happen, it didn't work. And then get lockdown in March, April, May. I couldn't go to see my gynae because of the restrictions and whatnot. And then we set. Then when the year goes by, got 2020, I went to September for the first time after last year September. It was a year. It's very draining. It's very stressful. I know you guys can relate that goes through such infertility journeys. It's very stressful. But and then September I went. I took that therapy, ran the test, like full test, and then I don't know. Let me check, because your womb looks very, your uterus, or let me not use the word, your uterus looks very fine. It doesn't look like it will need IVF. You get me? And then I went, oh, guys, like, it will be a very long video. Anyway, I went and then I took the test. Not prescription. Whatever that they need to go lab, I went to the lab. 1 week down the line, the 5th November 2020. That's where health break loose. I went there. I was talking to my husband in the morning. My husband was not around when I went to find out about the tests. Hey, the results. Guys, that's when hell came down on earth and it fetched my soul. Yeah. I went there with the gynae. I sat down. He said, Thelma, you are unable to conceive naturally because 1, your thyroid is high. Number 2, you're getting this hormone. Just now. Where's that? Androgen. It's very high. What's that? A male hormone. Your hormone. Didn't I cry? I cried. I'll post a picture. The reason why I took that picture that day, it was because my husband was calling as I was thinking of making a video call when I was with the guy, but that slipped my mind because I was extremely nervous, you know. My husband then started calling when I was in the session, a video call. I was like, explain it. So because now I'm crying uncontrollably, my guy is sitting there. He is like, Thelma, this is not the end. You have a high chance of giving birth to your dream babies, you know. You have a high chance of being a mother. But I was like, Doc, do you understand that you just told me that I cannot have kids naturally? How do you expect me to be okay? That time, Wangusha, it was difficult, it was painful. I will show you the picture. I'm laughing because, well, God is good. And then I left. And then I got into the car. I called my husband back. I was like, these are the results, dude. My husband told me, Thelma, can you just listen to your gynae, please? Just for me, at least. Just for me. I felt like that time my husband was next to me. I cried. He was looking at me. He was like, dude, what are you doing? Please trust your God. Trust your gynae. These things will work. I was like, okay, sharp. That's how I found out. It was on the 20th of November. No, I'm lying. It was on the 5th. I will show you. The picture has a date because I took it to Snapchat after that and it has a date on it. So I'll show you the picture. It was a horror. It was a miracle. I didn't know how I drove from Polokwane to my place. I don't know how that happened, but it did happen. And my guy was like, I'm going to book a fertility treatment for you, and your fertility treatment will be in Pretoria. I'm working with this doctor. I trust him. That's where I sent my patients there. I'm gonna make an appointment for you and please go. Then he made an appointment with Dr. Thro. Everybody, I think, knows that guy. Dr. Thro, what do you call this hospital? Pretoria East Netcare. Yeah, that's where we did our fertility. And then he got 5. I wrote an appointment. We were going towards December. Then I called. Not during the week I called. I was like, "Mo guy, please bring back my results. When is the appointment and what?" I was like, "No, now it's December anyway. They won't even like take and whatnot on. Happy December. Am I gonna stay another year being asked how when are you going to make babies?" Hey, yeah. That's another thing. Our community are not gentle on women. So I'm here to tell you, Lena Basadi, you have so much in your shoulders, and like sometimes you just need to sit and tap yourself or I've got this. So anyway, that is my story. And please put some respect on women. Don't ask a woman or when are you having kids. Don't ask married couple when are you having kids. That I'm fighting for. Please, guys, don't do that to us, because sometimes it's not our choice. Okay, then few times down the line I've realized that I'm doing IVF, and then my appointments were booked, and then I started seeing my infertility specialist, and that's where my journey began. Now let me explain to you my condition, or the I almost said something. I'm sorry, guys. Let me explain to you what most cause the infertility or unable to conceive naturally. There is a condition called PCOS. You guys know it. PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. That is the PCOS, because most of the time people will just call it PCOS, but they will not explain to you what does it stand for. It stands for polycystic ovarian cyst. That's a condition and a half and a nightmare to most of us women. So in this condition, it's a hormonal problem for childbearing age women. So women with PCOS may not ovulate. They have high level of androgen. That's the hormone that I was talking about, high level. It's a male hormone that doesn't need to be in you as a woman, because you're only able to carry a child if your level of this hormone is this high. You have a small cyst on the ovaries, which I did, and then I had to go through operations. I think I went through 2 operations before I do my IVF, because those were detected along the way. It can cause missed periods, irregular menstrual periods, which is what I had, acne, infertility, and a weight gain. Most of you guys just see us little referred, but we're going through a lot. We have conditions. We have PCOS. People that have PCOS, almost 60% of them, they are this chubbier or chubbier than they were before. Like sometimes they were skinny and they start to gain weight, like irregularly, man, fast. And when you're going to take medication, you're going to gain more weight. For IVF, you're going to gain more weight. You guys, it was a movie. But I'm not laughing. Some, they do have hair on their faces, like some they're saying it's because of PCOS. And then we have 4 stages, which the 5th one they're still investigating. Stage number 1, PCOS number 1. They're saying that when they mention it. PCOS number 1 is insulin resistant. You have a high level of insulin and it can trigger diabetes. Number 2 is inflammatory PCOS, which is what I have. I have PCOS stage number 2, which is inflammatory PCOS. I think my notes are going to irritate you a lot. I'm sorry about that. I have stage number 2, inflammatory PCOS. It's inflammation that stops ovulation. You have insufficient in vitamin D and increased thyroid. Thyroid is a hormone that doesn't need to be high on your body. It triggers a lot of your fertility. I mean, it messes your fertility issues and your weight and your body depression. Like sometimes you just wake up depressed, not knowing what is going on. Honey, you might have a high level of thyroid in your body. You don't have anything that is depressing you, or you don't have anything that is pushing you to be emotional the way you are. And people that suffers from PCOS, guys, irregardless of the stage, their hormones are irregular, I get already. And here is another thing. Irregular hormones in your body will trigger your emotion. People that have PCOS are emotional. Some days they wake up happy, some days they wake up sad. Some days they wake up like little suicidal thoughts and whatnot. It's a condition and a half. On top of that, you will be married and not have kids and suffer from PCOS. I'm telling you, I am telling you. And you'll be a black person, a black woman that time. Goes over nzi times nzi. It's going to be worse and it's going to be painful. Anyway, on that inflammatory PCOS, you will need a magnesium supplements. That's what I took, and you may see changes in 8 to 9 months. So I couldn't wait for that. I wanted to have kids and kids now. So I started my IVF journey. And stage number 4 is post-pill PCOS. Post-pill PCOS is when you were taking your contraceptives, and then after you stopped, you try to conceive and you can't conceive, and they will diagnose PCOS because of all other symptoms that I've mentioned, and this will be triggered by your contraceptives. Okay, and the 4th one is adrenal PCOS. It is not caused by all of that, but it's however your body is responding bad to stress. They're saying that. And the one that is being investigated is hereditary PCOS. They're still investigating that, and that's all about PCOS. All right. So now I am going to talk. I've done with my story, my infertility journey. I am entering into my journey in IVF. All right. As a black woman doing IVF, and you have this little information, basically this little, because you wanted to have these babies. You're going to investigate this little as well. You're just going to investigate the cost, the journey, the place where I'm going to do this and when. That's all. That's all. But there's more. There's more that you need to know. IVF journey was an eye-opener for me. I have a medical background, but what I know now is beyond the medical, So, what they didn't tell me before starting IVF, my doctor just said, no, I'm going to send you there, and you'll find out everything there. Then I went there. First of all, what you need to know is the cost. It will cost you an arm and a leg. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm literally joking. Like I'm joking. But IVF, one thing that you need to know about is the cost. It's the cost. If we knew before, we could have done IVF before our wedding, because the cost was sana. So yeah, we paid close to Kibala everything again. Medication, the IVF itself, the procedure itself, because the procedure itself is this short, but it has a lot of amount that you need to pay. The medication, because some medical aid, my medical aid in actual fact, were covering some medication and some consultations. And what else? Medication, or me, it was traveling as well, and accommodation some days, because some days you will come out there, hey, wanting to sleep, get a Limpopo. I'm going to Pretoria for every consultation with my fertility specialist and monthly. It was a monthly situation going on. All right, so I'm covering accommodation, travel, IVF itself, medication, and consultation. Those are the 5 things I paid close to. When I'm calculating, it was close to 100K. Yeah, somewhere there. Don't come for me. Do not come for me. All of us prices are different. That's what I paid. Close. Plus I was traveling, remember? And then you have a PCOS. They're expecting a certain weight. They are expecting a certain way you must eat. You're an emotional eater that time. So those the diet plan was needed. You needed to see your dietitian so that you can work out your PCOS. Because there are those that specializes with PCOS and whatnot. And then the medication. Sorry. The medication. The IVF journey is full of medication. And the scariest part of it all, most, if not 40%, if not 60% of the medications are injections. Let me tell you, my own journey, I was no longer scared. I was not scared of injections. I was just clubbing myself like like I'm not feeling any pain. My husband will sometimes say, Marathalma, you're brave. This is the most thing that I need right now. So pain of knee, I was pain resistant. I wanted it so badly. I wanted to have the good results. I was doing everything by the time, as prescribed. Yeah, I was taking every medication as prescribed. Hello. Let me tell you one thing about medication, because IVF as well, you will suffer emotionally. You need a stable family. You need a healthy working environment. You need healthy friendships. I'm emphasizing this because I had to lose most of my friends because I was going through a lot. I had to lose friends. I had to lose family. I had to lose touch with everything. And there was a working environment. You need healthy working environment, healthy family, healthy friendships, a healthy partner, and a healthy in-law, a healthy working in-law environment. If not, stay away. And that's what I did. I stayed away from everybody. Even at work, I stayed away. How do you stay away at work while you have to go and panda the money to pay for your IVF? I would take leaves. I would just be sick. I would just wake up sick. Ne? I would wake up sick, go to work. I don't know if I was there as a patient or as an employee or as a what, but I was just going to work because I had to go to work. Health environment are necessary. If you're staying in a toxic working environment, trust me, I've seen, like, there's a Facebook page, IVF South Africa, something. Go and check there. People, we are going through a lot. People are complaining. They resign. Even like after, when you go through PCOS, you would resign at work if it's that toxic. You will end those friendships if it's that toxic. You will end that family bond if it's that toxic. You will end that in-law relationship if it's. You would even leave your partner whom you need if he is that toxic. It is like, you need that maximum support, and trust me, you need to come out alive. And at that time, that's when you're going to know what prayer works. So yeah, so side effects wise, I did mention And then the other thing that I didn't know about didn't know was about the gender selection. I went through the treatment day 1 until the last day, and the egg collections, and they did must I mention, but like, okay, from there I gotta get medication. Let me just not just summarize too much. From there, after the medication and the support that I just talked about, I want to talk about the procedure itself. It was easy. It was easy. Egg collection, sperm collection, fertilization, and they happen within 10 days. They happen within 10 days, and they fertilize, and they tell you how many eggs, how many embryos, and whatnot and whatnot. I've got sufficient embryos that I have. I mean, I have sufficient embryos that I froze, so we would see what you do, because sometimes you can donate that to people. Some they cannot even have their own eggs collection. Some they cannot even have the fertilization stages. Specifically say end up not happening. Like, it's a lot. We were one of 33% people that got lucky by grace of God. Our first try was a first win. I didn't know about the gender selection, guys. It just happened. They transferred 2 embryos, and they both took off, and it was a girl and a boy. I didn't know anything. I didn't select anything. After my transfer, that's when I was fully on the Facebook group, and then I started checking, and people started talking about the gender selection. I was like, what's that? And then I was like, whatever that I have, because I know that God is going to give me this pregnancy. Then I took the pregnancy, we took and we ran with it, and voila, we were there. And first few days, I'll insert the pictures. First few days, I mean, okay, the waiting period, everybody knows. Not everybody, what am I saying? The waiting period, I started testing, I think, on day 5, and then I tested positive. I kept quiet. Day 6, I tested, it was positive. I kept quiet. Day 7, it was positive. I kept, because we must test after 9 days with us, and the 12th day. And then on day 8, I was like, my husband, this is what happened. Boo! This is what happened. And then we went to the lab, tests were done. Dr. Throw called in our sister Lizelle. We have the nicest sister called Dr. Throw's sister Lizelle. Shout out to her. I'll show you her pictures and my pictures on my transfer date. And we went do the first test, the second test, and eventually the first appointment after the transfer, when we were going to find out if the babies are in or out, or when the babies are the twins, or both took off, or one or none, or what. And voila, we found out that both of them, they are in participation with our group as a couple. And here we are today. We are blessed. We're having twins. And guys, be gentle. Just be nice. Be nice to your sisters. It is tough out here. It is extremely tough, and your support is everything. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I am coming today. I was just highlighting my IVF journey, how I found out, and how and all in between. So I'm going to come back with a whole lot of more information about this journey. I know that women of South Africa, women in general in the world, African women, we are going through an infertility issues, and we are the first people to destroy each other. So let us be supportive. and be careful, and let us love and enjoy each other and celebrate each other like we're supposed to. I love you guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned and for watching this video today. And I will see you on the next one. Please like, share, and comment down below. Let us have discussion. If you watched until this far, please drop me a bouquet of flowers. Bye.